2026. And if you don't live in downtown Brooklyn, this is the night where homeowners have like stashes of like um, fireworks that they bought their Memorial Day and before then. And I don't know about this, just breaking into the field. It's just a lot. Why would they do this? Why would they they blow it up? It's in here. It's just an empty lot. They're not even working on anything. Someone ripped the shit out of it. Took off a few panels. Anyway, yeah, it's just a work in progress. But they put it around the fence while they're doing construction. I don't even know what they're constructing. I don't see the work papers. Anyway, I don't know why they did that. But there is a huge cat and mouse game that happens in Brooklyn because folks spend a few $1,000s on fireworks, and then they just run around Brooklyn with these little foot lockers of fireworks. I've seen them literally just throw them on the street, like, I don't know, like some action movie where they just have like boxes of like C4 or something, but they're just fireworks. They're Roman candles and the real deal fireworks. You can hear it rumbling in the distance. But I got a feeling that if we go up to Seth Low, well, at least we'll get a view from 360 because there's trees and there's like an open plain. And it's kind of one of the higher elevations. But you hear all the cops scrambling around. I don't even know if they would just want to arrest them. They just want to tell them to go home. Unless they're damaging something. But this is going to be like this all night. So it's 10:45 on July 4th. And I'm just walking around. If you can listen to the rumbles. Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn and Gravesend. I'm passing the library. I'm by Stillwell. That's like 10th or that's like 8th, 10th Street or something. It's not that far away. But, oh, they got more. And they're just getting started. Yeah, it's New York City. Happy 4th of July. It's a tradition for folks who own like houses or have their own, like, they just have like a few boxes in the garage and they pull them out like between 10 and 12 o'clock. And they do this on Memorial Day too, and Veterans Day. This is like historic Brooklyn. It's where like Washington and his troops were before they retreated from the British, went up north, were cornered about where the Brooklyn Bridge is, made it through the fog, and then ran up north to Fort Lee to escape. Anyway, this is really traditional down here. Some of the buildings go back to colonial times and before. So they go like the Key Wars, the Wars of the Indians that were really horrible because first they were trading, a little bit of diplomacy. They were learning about each other's farming skills. And then for about 10 years, a really bloody war, getting rid of the Indians as the Dutch took over. And then the Indians would reinvade, and then they'd burn down the houses. So it wasn't fun for the Indians or the settlers. They did not. The voices of peace did not prevail for 10 years. Wow. So we had a trip to Wyckoff House with our school. It's starting to drizzle. Wyckoff House is one of the last colonial houses that goes back to like the 1600s or something. And I was gonna ride by with my bike. They have a vegetable stand there. This is still an active farm. But you know, they wiped it out, and reason being, financial reason being, beaver pelts was the official reason, right? Because as they are gonna take over the New World, they need a financial reason. Well, beaver pelts were quite popular in Europe, and the fur was needed for the winters and was needed for trade. So a lot of folks got rich, or like there was a rush of people for come to the New World, get rich, and do the beaver trade. It was even like, it was so bad, the genocide, some of the tribes that were trying to survive would even go and be like, okay, here's 5,000 pelts. Can you leave us the fuck alone? Like, can we go back up north to Albany? Here, we'll get the pelts for you. Just stay here in New York. You don't even have to travel. You know, we'll get the damn pelts. And please just don't torch our wigwams and stuff. But it's old history, colonial history. So the United States has a long and varied history, but is the leader of democracy. Still hopes for a multinational democracy in the world. The leaders of the free world still. Anyway, we're going to hear a lot more. And I think that some of the folks, as the police run around, are going to come to this park. Looks like these kids know. Some of the kids know because it's their stash, you know. So, anyway, we're up by Sethlow Playground. I was expecting to just look up and see fireworks from the playground, but maybe it's not that easy. Maybe the police patrol here a lot more frequently than they used to. What do you guys think of Indians nowadays in New York? Well, Native Americans, try and support any businesses that are trying to keep cultural traditions alive. I mean, especially among the oppressed. I mean, it's something to be aware of, right? As you grow up and learn about life. There are folks just chilling, having a barbecue here in the playground. Man, they brought their own 4th of July barbecue. Flipping burgers in the rain. That's cool. But looks like I went the wrong way because the fireworks are back on 11th Street. Last year, yeah, same thing. I just could walk around the neighborhood where I live and see the fireworks, and it seems like most of the folks are between 11th and 6th Street. So it looks like I went the wrong way. I could be wrong, but I hear some over here to the, I don't see it, to the left of the triangle. Wow, there's another. They had umbrellas. They knew it might rain. All right, this is interesting. Looks like he's picking up his tent. Alright, I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna go down, because you can just hear it, right? I'm gonna head back down Stillwell, past Quinton, and head east to the south, see some fireworks. But I think that if I go back to like 6th Street, which is one of the main roads, I think there's more stuff over on 6th, for whatever reason. We're on Stillwell and Bay Parkway, as you can see here at the bus station. Please like and follow. Okay. as I continue with my pilgrimage, apparently, here in my hometown, New York City. Nice, right? I know, right? I got it. It's Red Avenue P. Yeah. I was gonna ride my bike down to Coney Island Beach and see if there were fireworks, but it was so hot today. It was like almost 100 degrees. And I thought I saw a windstorm in the midday that was whipping around over the beachgoers. But I don't even know if they were setting up for fireworks tonight. I didn't look it up on the internet. I saw the hot dog eating contest in the morning. And I don't know what else to say. That was good, right? And yeah, so in the future, I gotta use the internet more for like city planning events. Make sure I get out, walk around. Garden of Eden home for adults. It's kind of scary. Creepy Christian. Maybe that's all they have left, right? Senior welfare, and that's all they get, you know. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Nice, there's less pollution in New York City now, huh? Well, it's a lot cooler now. Some type of cool front has moved in, and tomorrow it's gonna be in the 80s. So I'm trying to decide if I should sell comics or go juggle in the park. But with my health, I don't feel like juggling. I gotta slowly rebuild my stamina. I'm doing my 10,000 steps a day, so I'm trying to up it to 15. Like today, I'm past 10 already. So look, here's Tina, is this the tarot card reader? Yeah. She advertises here, and she's way the fuck over on a side avenue. I've walked by her actual storefront. She has an actual place. It was like down by Avenue U or something. It was like way the heck away from here, like a mile's walk from here. It's where Tina will read your palm. So she advertises like that with sandwich boards a mile in each direction. Kind of weird. She has an actual building where she does the actual readings. So this is like one of her anchor points. Maybe it's exactly a mile or exactly a certain distance away from her store to the north, south, east, and west, or the 8 directions, or for some occult, esoteric reason, right? This is getting fun, huh? It's Daddy Brandon. Remind me one time he will be America's next president. He's the mayor of New York City. I went to the same high school. We went to Bronx Science. He's a little controversial. He's the first Muslim mayor of New York. Today, some guy burned himself alive at the United Nations to protest the Tibetan exiles. And he was sad about that because some guy killed himself because of China's policies against Tibetans. Which is crazy. Why don't you just write a few letters or canvas some letters around instead of killing yourself? Why don't you? I don't know. Why don't you, these are different spiritual traditions. Jeez, very sad. But he's obviously at his limit spiritually for some reason. But I mean, you can become an artist, or even a fire artist, Do something else other than kill yourself, than self-immolation. But it is a tradition in Tibetan practice that we are all part of an eternal fire or something, and the balances of justice will somehow bring attention to the loss of this human life. We don't have those traditions in Western religions, really. Those sort of, it's very dark, I mean, you could be a candle maker instead, or something. Like, why set your body on fire? Kill yourself because your country is oppressed. You could become a tradesman of some kind. You could sell out his cultural traditions for money and then work on reestablishing the teachings of a valued religious path. I don't understand that. I don't understand suicidal rhetoric and religious practice. Because, they say the ultimate sacrifice and stuff. That's different. That's honor and duty and love of your country and love for certain other ideals, or saying that these ideas are bigger than myself. Well, yes, he's saying that the treatment of our people and the traditions is bigger than himself, but I guess it's the tradition that self-harm is not a part of a lot of Western canonical teachings, because the body, the mind, our spirits are God cares about them, so he doesn't want us to do self-harm. I mean, that's anyway, that in the end of the day, that's seems to be the difference in terms of interpretations of duty and honor to one's religious teachings. Am I making sense, guys? All right. Yeah, Muslim mayor in New York. Yeah, I mean, the alternative was Andrew Cuomo, who's the son of Mario Cuomo. He ran against him, as well as he was in second. And Curtis Sliwa, who was not a vigilante, he founded the Guardian Angels to clean up the subways and to make the subways safer streets. So if you want to be a Guardian Angel, you can do a 3-month training on how to patrol the streets and notify officers if something's wrong. And he did that for a while, for many years. But Sliwa started to offend certain businesses and certain local establishments. So rumor has it that the gangs wanted him dead. And they chased him through the streets and shot him, but he escaped in a taxi, jumped into a taxi. His legs were still shot, with his legs shot. That was Curtis Sliwa. He came in third. But I didn't run for political office. Do you have any family members that ran for political office? Anyway, we're going to head over to 6th Street. Maybe we'll see some fireworks there. And if not, I'm going to pick up something to eat and then just go home, I guess. All right, off we go. 11:02. When I moved into the neighborhood, I thought, I'll go to the chess club. I didn't realize that it was closed. Been empty the whole time. So then I teach at a local Catholic school. They said, we're going to have clubs. You want to have a juggling club or a sports club, Josh? I said, no, actually, I won my college chess tournament. I want a chess club. So we did chess club. And I was going to buy some trophies for the kids for the official tournament. And it's tough when it's in middle school, but they have a certain level of respect already for the game. I think the parents instill in it that when you sit down and study, chess is a good game of study. And I owe them some prizes, some chess prizes. But the trophies were like $5 to $10 each. I just didn't have the money. Money is so tight for me. I don't know why. But see the fireworks behind me? I don't see them. Seems like I keep walking in the wrong direction, and then they're done with their cash, and then I think if I go back over to like 6th Street, we'll see some. Let's do that. See if I can grab a coffee or something. Anyway, any likes and follows, subscribing is free. And my name is Josh, living here in Brooklyn, teaching math. And just barely scraping by. Seems like happy Mexicans. Indians from India that found America? What do you mean? We're from India, we found America. Ha ha. Yeah, Mamdani is part, I think he's Punjabi, half and half Muslim. Which is weird because Muslims and Hindus were at war for so long, you know, and Muslims are the minority in India. And Hindus are the majority, but he is Muslim. So he is a minority in India. But so happy 4th of July, folks. I'm heading towards the fireworks that I think are going to be on 6th Street. 6th Street is a really wide street. So if you have a cache of fireworks in a car, it's kind of easy to get away. And I guess if I had a car, I could go. But it seems like folks like run right up. It's a wide road. They unload their fireworks, do a 5-minute display, and they're out before the cops come by. And then the cops come by, and all they find are empty shells and a burnt out Foot Locker sized box, and then there's no evidence of who it was. So it's a tough night to be an officer because they move so fast. Oh, firefighter Billy Tropia Way. Never forget 9/11. It's drizzling now on me. Freaky. I was the juggler for the Siller Foundation run, so they're in my prayers once in a while. They pop into my consciousness. My dad was in the Navy, but he had a lot of respect for the Marines. He just didn't talk much. It was just kind of understood. Your dad was in the Navy. And the firefighters as well, who, you know, often are just civil servants, you know. Whatever you feel about their personalities or whatever, they're at the call of duty. The New York lost 343 firefighters who responded to 9/11, that horrible day. And it was so bad for the service families. They asked me to juggle for them when they started the Siller run, the Let Us Do Good Foundation. So I did that. I was out on the street, scraping rent together. I'm working at a Catholic school down there. My dad gave out coffee on 9/11. My dad passed away last year. But he was very understated on being thankful to be a Navy officer. He was very humble about it, in my opinion. He never showed off. Never yelled and screamed about politics, really. Violence. He had a very hopeful stance on working towards peace and religious understanding, etc., etc. His dad's very dovish when it comes to his demeanor. And, I mean, he was all around the world with the Navy, so, I mean, most of his friends are just huge guys, you know. It's good you guys will shake your heads at each other when talking. What? Shake your hands? Sorry, I don't have a gimbal to stabilize this if it's bouncing a little, but if I put the camera off to the left or to the right, it bounces less because I'm getting the wide shot. Or if I just do a wide shot, I think it's better. It's starting to drizzle here in New York, but I'm gonna see if I can get some good fireworks shots for you guys on 6th Street. It's already 11:05. If not, I'm gonna call it a night soon and walk on home. But my goal to this summer is to lose 40 pounds. So watching my intake and exercising every day. But I gotta cover my bills. I don't want my gym membership to expire. I gotta get a life. Anyway, hope you're well, right? All right, hi, Lon. Good, good. Yeah, I'm not gonna walk. I'm not gonna like wild goose chase around just to find these guys. But now it's really starting to rain, so Kings Highway heading to 6th Street. Oh, I don't know. Away from the corner where we're in Pisses. This is a train. You can see a train coming in. This is the New York City subway system. This is the N line. This is the N train heading to Coney Island. I'm about 4 or 5 stops away from Coney Island. Now it's really raining. Crap. Now they're gonna go. Actually, the raindrops are kind of heavy. You can see it in the light. Rain's coming down kind of heavy right now. But we're almost at 6th Street. And I think it's gonna stop. But yeah, my intuition was right. They're coming out to 6th Street to share their fireworks. They're just throwing them down on the road. So there's not that much traffic at night. And then whatever contraband they have. Sometimes they have some really amazing Roman candle style big boys that launch. And they do like 20-minute displays, some of these guys. But now the rain's coming. Said there was like a 20% chance of rain, and it's kind of raining kind of hard right now. Oh well. So we're almost at 6th Street. I'm just gonna show you the road. Maybe I could go down to Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe they're still open because they're Indian. So they often will work on July 4th. Because business is business, everywhere else is closed. I applied for work at this tutoring house. So I'll keep trying. for other work. Oh, this sucks ass. So we're at Highland and 6th. And this is the main road. But it's raining kind of hard. Are they still open? Looks like they're staying open. They thought that maybe they could get some more business. I'm not going to buy a soda from them. I have sodas at home. All right, I don't want to be bit. I don't want these rats near me. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. This is Josh here in Brooklyn walking through the rain. It sucks. I think I'm going to go to the subway and chill there for 5-10 minutes till the rain passes. Check the baseball scores. So have a good night. Happy 4th of July. What a miserable end to my stream. I'm going to go over and say hi to these folks at the subway as the rain's coming down in sheets. Getting soaked. This was not expected. What a crappy end to the 4th of July, huh? Man. Well, I had to do my laundry, so... Yes, sure. Makes me think sad homeless people who stand out in the rain because they can't even do their laundry. They can get a little bit cleaner. Sometimes they get gangrene or they get these infections. You gotta take care of yourself if you're homeless. Get some health care. Look there. Big display over there. Is that it? 11:14. All right, I'm gonna take a break. Later. Yeah, there are.